Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, religion's kind of a weird thing to bring up in really in general. I'll be honest, online. I've noticed it a lot more in left leaning circles that bringing up religion usually ends up with negative results. A lot of the times, from what I've seen, it's people usually bring up the bad things that religion has done in the world and the bad things that religion currently does in the world. Which there's a part of me that I can kind of get that. If you only see it as an adversarial thing, then yeah, you would only see the bad things. And let's be honest, there's a lot of them. I think from what I've seen, it seems like a lot of people's issue with religion isn't so much the religion itself, but it's what people do with it. And it's true that these systems are easy to abuse. Any kind of system where you have someone who's reading you what you believe to be the word of God, that person has a bit of power over you that's not normal in any sense of the word. Now, personally, my religious background is, I don't think it's that weird. My father's family was Catholic. My mother's family is Mormon. They didn't take us to church all that often. I like to joke that we only went on the big Super Bowl days for church. So Easter and Christmas was the only times where me and my brothers really wanted to go. And they didn't make us go to church unless we wanted to go. The only time as a kid where I was forced to go to church was anytime we stayed at our grandmother's house. If we stayed over a weekend, we were going to church on Sunday. And it's just because grandma goes to church on Sunday, so we kind of have to because she doesn't want to leave a bunch of kids in her house. It's fine. I get that. The thing that the I find it really interesting when it comes to religion on the left. There's a lot of religious iconography that sort of leaks through the media that I see a lot of people enjoy. The thumbnail of this video had plenty of stuff all over it. One of them's kind of a stretch, I'll be honest with you. Spike Spiegel, they never bring up his religion, but I mean, his last name is Spiegel and he uses a Jericho. So it's like, he's probably Jewish, but religion's not a big deal in Cowboy Bebop. But it's there, like just religious iconography. I think probably in modern meme culture, if you could call it that, the little Dorime meme, which came from a song made to sound like Gregorian chanting, even though it is complete nonsense, but it sounds good. The iconography is there. People think it sounds like religious music, but it is really just nonsense. I'll put a link to the lyrics in the description. Yeah, that's what it is. I think when it comes to religion, though, enjoying iconography is fine. I don't have any complaints with anybody like that, doing anything like that. I saw it described the other day. It was, is a meme post, so take it with a grain of salt. But someone talking to one of their Japanese friends about, we notice in whatever certain kinds of anime, they might have seen it in like street art or something like that. There's lots of crosses, but I don't see a lot of Christians out here. Why is that? And they're just like, they just look cool. That's it. It almost reminds me of that, like it's the Simpsons thing with Marge and the potatoes. Like, I just think they're neat. That's fine. I have no issue with that. It's art at that point, so enjoy it how you will. But when it comes to this whole political gambit that we do, trying to push people to the left and things like that, I think religion is a really powerful tool that can be used. Mainly because it's something that a lot of people are already familiar with. It's something they grew up with. They know these stories. And these stories have good moral messages that can be translated easily into a modern era. I mean, the teachings of Christ himself are wildly could be considered socialist in today's standards. So use that to your advantage. Religion can be used as a base for philosophy too. If you're dealing with someone who isn't familiar with philosophic text, see if you can learn some of their religious stories and try and connect those together. If you go with what somebody already knows, if you meet someone where they're at, you can help them learn things that they may not have considered. I think as a final point too, when it comes to the religious discussion, at least in the United States, I can't speak for the world. I can just speak for what is down here. There's a lot of fight about the whole religion in school. I've always been of a mind that religion shouldn't be in school, at least not one religion, because this country isn't made from one religion. We're a melting pot country. But we could also use that to our advantage as well. If you get people who are talking about that they should teach religion in school, most of the time they're only referring to one. Tell them that you want every religion taught in school, but not the religious aspects of it, the stories, the philosophy behind it. I think another good thing would be how all these stories connect and how all these religions have arguably very similar stories. Almost every major world religion has some variation of what we would call the golden rule. You know, do unto others as you would have others do to you. That's across the board in basically every major world religion, except for like maybe Taoism, but still, it's almost every world religion basically boils down to do good things because life sucks out here. If we could all realize how similar all these are, there probably wouldn't be so much fighting about it. But I don't know. Let me know what you think about it. Y'all have a good day.